When the state of Illinois entered phase 4, dealing with COVID-19 and following the new guidelines from Governor Pritzker on how to deal with the pandemic, a lot of people have still been unsure of where they can go, what they can do, especially here at the Addison Public Library. And to be honest with you, things have changed over the last several weeks. So we're here with Mike Monahan, Head of Adult Services, here to tell us a little bit about what's going on and encourage you that there are many things that you can do, hopefully for the foreseeable future. Mike, thanks for joining us, socially distanced here. First of all, tell us a little bit about the safety guidelines that you're going through here if someone wants to come to the library.
Sure, okay. Thanks for the opportunity, Dory. So as you said, some things have changed from when we first reopened. Initially, only the room that we're standing in was open, and that was solely for computer use with a reservation. But beginning in July, actually, we opened the building to the public, and now we are back open to our regular pre-COVID hours. It's open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Monday through Thursday. 9 to 5 Friday and Saturday, and 1 to 5 on Sunday. The things that have changed now is a mask is required for anyone that enters the building. We are limiting our visits to 2 hours each day, and that's just to ensure the maximum capacity, which we've set at 50 people in the building at a time. And again,
has that been difficult? Have you reached that maximum at all?
You know, we have not yet reached the 50. To my knowledge, 42 is the most people we've had.
Okay.
So we had to make plans in case what we were going to do if we got to 50.
Sure.
But with everything so unexpected, we didn't know how many would come. And
Exactly.
I think people are still staying safe at home and limiting their time. So we haven't had many people try to stay over the 2 hours either. People are mostly coming, getting what they need to accomplish done, and heading out for the day.
Okay.
But those are the primary procedures that we have in place now, that 2 hour time limit, the masks for everyone, and again, the 50-person capacity.
Are people able to use computers still?
Yeah, people are able to use computers, so they're still on the first and the second floor, if you're familiar. No reservations are required ahead of time. We have fewer computers now because of that spacing. So we have them all 6 feet apart. You know, we're cleaning, disinfecting, and sanitizing the station, the keyboards, the mouse, in between users as well. But we currently have about 15 computers that are open for people to come in and use, and the scan and fax as well.
I know early on in dealing with this, you made curbside and that kind of thing available because you weren't allowed to let people in the building.
Yeah.
For people who are still uncomfortable going to public places, are those services still available?
Yeah, thanks for asking. Those are still available. We've never stopped that, and you know, we're ready in case the situation were to change and we have to go back to that. That's all still in place. If someone's not comfortable coming in, if someone's not feeling well or a family member isn't feeling well, we wouldn't want them to come in unnecessarily. So we do offer the curbside delivery. You can call or text when you get here. We also have home delivery.
Oh, nice.
So we will deliver to patrons that can't make it to the library for any particular reason.
And of course, people can still do things like download ebooks on their Kindle and that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think more people than ever have kind of jumped on that, you know, since the spring.
Absolutely.
You know, you can get it instantly, the ebooks. It's a switch for a lot of people, but for those that are used to it, you know, nothing has really changed. We had people that only borrowed ebooks from the library in the past, and we have, like I said, a lot of new people borrowing those ebooks. We have e-magazines, and all of that information is available on our website.
And further in the vein of safety, materials that are returned to the library that people might be a little concerned because, of course, those materials have been in someone else's home. What are you doing with those?
Yeah, absolutely. People are, I'd say, rightfully concerned about the sharing of materials. Right? We're all very cautious in sanitizing our hands. When we go to a grocery store, when we go to the library, anywhere, the thought might be a bit too much to take home a book that someone else took home, you know, a day before you. So we are quarantining all of the items that are returned for 7 days currently, and that's based on a study in the library field that has tested how long the virus can live on different materials. So we're going off of that. So currently we're at 7 days. So it can slow down the process of getting what you want sometimes, but in the name of safety, I think it's the right thing to do.
Oh, absolutely. Now, usually this time of year, especially for those of us who work very close by, the afternoons are usually a very busy time because kids come from school to the library. That obviously is not happening because kids aren't in the classrooms. What have you been able to continue as far as help for kids?
Yeah, and you're right. It is definitely a very different place now than I think it was last September.
Yeah.
We're far quieter at the library now. There's a lot less people, as you said. But we're doing what we can for those that are willing to come. But for the kids who have had so much change, even probably more than many adults without going to school every day, we have kits of crafts available for them. So trying to get some time off the screen, when they're in Zoom all day, giving them some activity to do outside of the schoolwork. But then on the other end, we still do need to rely on Zoom. So we have Zoom virtual homework help. So for the kids who would have normally come here after school, we had homework help most days afterward, where if you're stuck with a problem, we have volunteers and we have staff helping out with that. We're doing it now via Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Brain Fuse? This is something that I've never heard of, but I don't have kids in school anymore. But that's available to them as well.
Yeah, so if you could imagine if you did have kids in school and they asked you for some help with their math work, I don't know your math skills, Dory, but many parents have a hard time helping their kids with some of their homework. So Brain Fuse is something that we have available through our website. With your library card, you can get access to live tutoring.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you don't have, it's not something that has to be scheduled or it isn't on a set time the way it is with our library staff and Zoom. It's a service that is available via chat, and you can share your screen, and the volunteers or the staff that work for Brain Fuse can help you out with that homework.
Great. And what about for teens?
And that's through the youngest kids to the high school.
Really?
Yeah, they can all use the Brain Fuse.
Now, what about for the adults? That's your specialty. What's going on at the library for them?
Yeah, so a lot of our programs and services have moved online. We've emphasized the ebooks, as you've asked before. Some of what we had traditional programs, lectures, presentations like that have moved online. So we do that via Zoom. We're starting to find more opportunities to stream that online as well. We've had some outdoor programs while the weather was nice. I think we're bumping up to the end of that season now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we're still not at a place that we can really offer much inside. So the virtual is the most frequent path that we're going to have to take right now, having people connect via Zoom. We're also offering one-on-one help the way we always had before. We're doing it virtually now, but we're also doing it in person. So I recognize that for people that are comfortable with technology, they can make that switch to doing things virtually.
Sure.
And if you can't, like right now is a very frustrating time for a lot of people who are stuck at home and not comfortable using a computer or their phone for different things.
Right, right.
So we want to be able to help them. So they can come in and get one-on-one help. We have a room set up where we're all socially distanced. We can safely handle materials and give people some practice so that they can still connect with people around them.
Great. And there's a lot of services that you offer during normal times. Things like voter registration. Are those kinds of things still going on here?
Yeah, so voter registration, the last day to register with the paper application is October 6th. So depending on when you're seeing this, you can come on in. We do voter registration all hours that we're open, so that's one benefit. We have notaries available most of the time at the library too. Really, almost all of our services are still happening, just in a little more distant way than we're used to.
Exactly. Coming up, you have a program that you're going to be, it's a virtual program, but you're going to be offering it on our TV station, on ACTV. Tell us a little bit about that as a preview.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. As I said, we're trying to find other ways outside of Zoom to share what we have to offer with the community. We have on October 21st, it's a Wednesday at 7 p.m., we'll have a local ghost hunter talking about some like haunted Chicagoland and trying to keep it as local as possible. We're going to film that here and have it be on Zoom, but then we're going to have the recording.
Great.
And then you'll be able to broadcast that so that we can cast a wider net.
Great.
And we're really thankful for that.
And the last thing we want to talk about is BookBox, which I had never heard of until we were speaking before the program. This sounds really cool. Tell us about that.
Yeah, sure. So you may have heard of subscription boxes.
Sure.
There's all different formats for those. And what we do as the library is we offer a book box. So every other month, you can get a book from a particular theme that's set ahead of time. You tell us some of the things that you're interested in. We find a book that fits within the larger theme. We put it in a box. You have some snacks, some kind of gifts to go along with it to kind of set a mood. So you come in, you get your box, you don't know what it is until you check it out, and you open up the box and you discover what's inside, and we hope that it's kind of a novel experience, for you.
Absolutely. Well, if somebody needed more information about these things, tell us about how to find you online and your phone number, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. So addisonlibrary.org is our website. You can always find us by Googling Addison Library. I tell people that's the quickest way to get there. You can call us anytime if you want to stop in. Again, as I said, the library's open, normal business hours now. If you go to that website, addisonlibrary.org, we now have a chat feature. So if you're comfortable, you can chat us your question, get a quick answer that way. You could also text us. So those are the best ways to get a hold of us.
Great. Thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah.
Again, check all this out on the library's website, and stay tuned to Addison Community Television later on this month for that virtual program, and I'm sure we'll be seeing more from the library in the near future. For Addiscene, I'm Dory Croggy.